Yo, what's up, guys? Damnation-n-Hellfire here, and tonight I got Ross Crow,
Good evening, everyone.
and we got Vikes,
Good evening.
and we are on episode 56, Ray of Destruction, or as I like to call it, Pew Pew. Anyway, yeah, that was my Ray sound effect. Don't worry, kids, I'll be here for the rest of the night, and there's no fee involved for those sound effects whatsoever. So, yeah, all right, and moving on. So how's everybody's raid going?
Mine's going pretty well. I mean, I'm moving along pretty fast. I'm just doing the speed, throw a grease monkey crew on and go as fast as I can, just autoing.
Oh, gotcha. So you're buying your raid.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I mean, not to the point where I'm blitzing a target because that's
Right.
But yeah,
You're doing manual blitzing instead of auto blitzing.
right. Little involvement.
Right. So, Dan, you?
I'm just taking it slow. I'm just not into the raid right now. I'll probably get into it more later as it goes on. But today I'm just kind of burnt out from everything else. And like I said, I've done one set and haven't done another set since. But I'll get there.
Cool. I know I'm at about 70 million right now. I've went ahead and claimed my razor tail. I have two blank hulls with two Gale 3s on each built already, and I got my third one in the oven right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I burned a grease monkey, sat there for like an hour and 20 minutes and did some targets. Kind of did the decoy method where I used my flag as a decoy and trail the other stuff behind it. So it hasn't been all that. I think I'm only like 9 coins into it right now for 70 million points, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all. Ain't bad at all.
I know after I get some of my points rolling and going and get part of the stuff I want, I got a guy who jumped to me in the sector I'm in that I'm going to give him a hand and help him kind of get caught up because he's one of those people that was gone for a while and came back. So,
Yeah.
Doing my community service.
I'll probably be doing that too, but yeah, that'd be towards the last couple days.
So, what do you guys think damage this time around? You think it's higher, about the same, lower? What do you think? Well, we know it's not lower. Let's be honest. We know that's not the case.
Well, I thought initially it was higher, and maybe I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was just the first half hour, or maybe it was even me. But I'm just autoing. But the first hour, I was taking a little bit more coin damage than or it was just bouncing. It was not a steady mark. And now the second rogue grease monkey crew I ran the next hour and a half, it steadied out to the same damage for each number, and I was just only hitting the two numbers, the 112, 114 combo,
right?
And it steadied out for the number wise as far as and that's when I say auto, I mean I'm just clicking from the HQ app style, and even if I'm on the computer, I'm just clicking the target and not viewing. So
you're doing like a true auto, not like a micro driving auto.
Right. I mean, I don't want to be stressed out. I just don't. I'm good. I mean, I'm not good. I think the damage for me, it's a little high. I'm running a grease monkey crew to make it bearable, to make it within my okay range of what I'm willing to pay point wise for is what I'm getting. And so as long as I have grease monkeys, and I do right now, and hopefully I won't run out of them before the points that I feel I would like to get. That's the situation. Basically, if I don't have the grease monkeys, it's I'm going to stop.
All right. Yeah, I was actually fortunate, and after I used my first Grease Monkey early in the raid, I had like 250k uranium, I think. I didn't fill up the whole way like I told everybody else to, but I filled up part of it anyway. And I rolled like 100k of it and got another one. So I'm like, oh well, maybe that's the trick. This raid is as soon as one runs out, you'd start rolling for another one, and you get one to replace it. But of course, that's just a big tinfoil theory hat of my own right there. And so
Yeah.
don't bank on that for sure. But I just seemed like, okay, well, this is cool. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do whatever I have Grease Monkeys for. That's what I'll do my quick raids with, and then after that, I'll like do a set and slow repair, do a set and slow repair. You know.
That's what I'm doing right now, just slow repairing. I mean, I got a Grease Monkey to use. I just don't feel like using it yet. You know, and I got my expedition going, trickling in my uranium to roll crews. So I'm good there.
Yeah, but as far as strategy-wise, yeah, I'm finding the decoy ship is working very effectively. And for those who have problems driving a decoy ship effectively, you can also do the well, I guess you can still do it this time. I haven't really looked at the targets in depth because I just kind of went through them super fast. But I'm assuming there's probably still sections where you can bank stuff up on land and whatnot and use that to your advantage.
So by, but so for everyone out there, by the decoy ship, by what you're meaning to say is you're just in fact is taking one ship out of your fleet. Doesn't really matter actually which one, and running it just a little ahead or to the side of the
Correct.
rest
Yes,
of the others.
Correct. And then all the boats shoot at that one, so it takes all the damage, and then all your other stuff is behind, getting pretty much damage free. Unless you go a little close, you'll get splashed. But you're taking a lot less damage on all your other boats and killing with those, but taking all the damage on the front one. And like I have my front one actually set up so it has a lesser repair time. I have two of those limited missile armors on it, and two of the limited corrosive ones, the ones that are like 1 second repair or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's set up to be a fast repair hull.
And how you liking the performance on it with it? So it's all that performance, real fast armor, repaired reduction.
Yeah.
And you're liking it. It's comparatively to the other.
It's okay. I'm annoyed that to get that good of a performance out of my quote unquote auto hull, I'm having to drive my quote unquote auto hull. I like to be able to go in, click the target, stack it at the beginning at most, and let it do its deal and get a reasonable amount of damage. And that's just not possible this time around.
No, I agree. The damage for me is extremely high. I mean, what I see is the coin amount, the minutes and time in repair. And I have watched several. I mean, I have 193 million now, and I've watched several battles, and it's pretty high damage. I mean, really, this is my fleet's decked out. It has all the bells and whistles, including one of each of the special armors on every hull. I was thinking about going to the every hull. I have the tokens, I believe, but I just wasn't sure about the performance.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely brings your repair time down, and my survivability. I can't say that it's the same as it was last raid, but then again, I'm pretty sure the raid damage in this raid is higher than it was last raid, so it's very tough to tell. I know last raid, whenever I had one of each panel on, my survivability seemed about the same, but my repair time did go down. So,
right.
But I mean, of course, we're at the point too where this is the last raid of this cycle, so I don't know that it's necessarily in anybody's best advantage to be switching it at this point, unless you're going for like 500 billion points and you think it's going to save you that much in the long run,
No, right. And that's the reason I've been sitting on what I have right now instead of, I don't have, I got better things to do, I think, than refit those again. But I mean, they're working. I just think the damage is high.
Yeah, yeah, I would tend to agree with that. You know, I mean, like, I'm not sure why we needed an escalation this time around because this is like an extra raid that we weren't even supposed to really be having. So I think we could have done without the escalation this time. Just my personal thoughts. But let me get a little screen share going. I want to talk about some stuff. Because that's what we do here. We drink and we smoke and we talk about things.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So obviously, the raid started today for those of you who've been living under a rock and weren't aware. So, yeah, that started today at 9 kicks time, and it's going to go on until Wednesday, 9 kicks time. This is going to be a long one. And then after the raid is over, you'll still have an additional 24 hours to cash in all your points. I know this is something a lot of people ask, and I'm going to answer it right now. I think I've answered it before, but I'm going to answer it again. People are like, why does the bounty store stay open so long, but the raid store is only for like 24 hours until after the raid's over? There's a very simple answer. Because in bounty, you cannot redeem any of your points till bounty is over. During the raid, you can be spending your raid points all throughout the raid. That is the simple answer of why one store is open way longer than the other. So hopefully that answers that question for a lot of people. But also we got the Cold Fusion campaign going. This is for anybody who's coming back after a really long hiatus. This is a great campaign for you guys because you can go in and you literally get enough to build an entire fleet of 4 regular Skyfires. I mean, granted, you won't get the flag here, but you'll have plenty to build 4 regular Skyfires, and you're good to go, man. I mean, you get some ridiculous amount of build tokens for this.
20, 30, 40, 49.
I think it was even more than that. I'm not sure. It was I remember last time it was oh, well, I have enough to build an entire fleet of Skyfires. It was crazy. And I still think I have 40 days, 2 20-day tokens left in my freaking inventory, I think. Yeah, but anybody who's missing out on these and wants to grab them, this is a great time. That's a great campaign for little Lobby guys, for sure.
And now you think it's an obtainable campaign for them too? I mean, using their icebreakers. Is that what it said? Yeah.
Yeah, I know people who have did it with icebreakers, and they said they had no problems getting through this campaign with icebreakers.
That's awesome then. Good deal.
Yeah.
Right.
They also had some bug fixes there. Once again, they're trying to fix that bug that came back to when you're trying to watch a replay, it kicks you out to the map. In the event, fleets were doing damage to a turret carrier by shooting the water, so that's interesting. Cheetah scatterguns and predator missiles were showing as owned if a player had a shard but no blueprints. In the dead zone, there was also in the event there was also a dead zone in which when you had hardware accelerator on, there was a dead zone where you couldn't do anything. And there was, of course, as always, minor bug fixes and performance improvements. So let's talk about the big thing, the raid. I'm just going to breeze over the targets real quick. I mean, they're the same as they've been the past 3 raids, basically. We got a little bump in the escalation, of course, but, as far as what you get in there, it's the same. You get 10 million points for doing both of the targets in the S set and the bonus. You get close to 10 million. I'll put it that way. Generally, when you kill a target, you don't get your full 2.5 million. You get 2,499,960 or some weird ass number. And then, of course, you have the random chests, because we all love random chests. They give you random limited shards for limited blueprints. We all love that, tripling down on that whole thing. We're big fans of that. Insert sarcasm here, please. Of course, you got your regular other sets that you can hit and get your bonuses. Like I said, I'm not really going to spend a lot of time going over the targets themselves because it's been pretty standard throughout the whole format. There are some non-set targets like the 110, the 108, the 106, and the 104 that you can get just 2.5 million for, but then you can get kind of try to track down shards for specific systems. Although it looks like this is all random.
They're all the same. However, when I looked at it, right?
Yeah, this is all random. Yeah, wasn't it before you could like hit a particular one to get a particular shard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Now it's like, yeah, now they're totally random. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah, we love that.
yeah. Please give us more randomness because we love it.
Yeah.
Insert sarcasm here. Okay, let's talk about the prizes. We'll get straight into the prizes. First, we got the Bat Ray. Ross, you want to go over this one?
Yeah, it's a skirmish hull, tier 7, of course. It comes with 85,000 armor points. Explosive damage on this hull is a plus 63%. Concussive damage is plus 250%. The ship.
I'm guessing just by that assessment right there, you probably want to put concussive damage on this ship. Just saying.
Yeah, for sure. You know. Yeah, I'm thinking even maybe because we have some weapon that might be a duality for the explosive damage is the only reason that would be there, for in my opinion. The ship deflection has 1,000. So, you know. Those are hard numbers for me to figure out, but it seems like a good one. So how about that? Ship deflection is 1,000.
That just means that any source of incoming damage to you that's coming from another ship, you're going to reduce by 1,000 right off the bat.
Very good. Evade bonus plus 25%. It is unreactive. Explosive defense is plus 90%. Concussive defense is plus 85%. So those are good numbers right off the bat. Combat speeds 30, turn speeds 50, map speeds 50 also. This has a sonar range standard like 80. It does have a repaired duration of 3 hours. Weapon slots are high though, and so that's a good deal. It's at 10. Armor slots are at 4. Special slots are at 6. It's a good amount also. It does have for a special abilities an anti-torpedo ECM. So a small smart torpedo.
I was like, I like that torpedo. This is
torpedo.
Like
Yeah. But it's got what, a small meat and a small, large, and a large.
It's got a small, medium, and a large.
Small, medium, and a large.
That's not what it has, though. That's what the targets will have.
Right. Okay. So yeah, affected to the enemy. Sorry. So it has a duplicate aura cap of 5. It affects the hostile. Concussive damage, it reduces that for 3,000 a second. And a bonus effect is applied to each bat ray.
Yeah, so my understanding of this is from watching their thing the other day is that when you take this into certain targets, there's going to be ships that are shooting either these small, large, or medium smart torpedoes at you, and the more of the bat rays that you have in your fleet, the more of these fields that you add. So as this torpedo is coming at you, these auras will be doing 3,000 damage a second to this torpedo. So if you have enough of these, it's very possible that you'll be able to just kill off the torpedo before it even gets to you. That's my understanding from listening to what they were talking about in their thing the other day. And then you can go on with the other aura effects if you want.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's see. So we got for friendly effects, it adds a concussive and explosive defense of plus 30%. And then it also a combat speed plus 20%, turn speed 10%. It does say a slow threshold at 1%. I'm not actually sure what I mean. I know what that means. It's got a max stop time of 3 seconds and a recharge time of 5 seconds. So,
okay. As far as what that means, okay, you remember, look back on the Apollos. Remember how they had the speed up and slow down thing?
Yes.
Okay, this is going to have something similar to that, not near to the effect as what the Apollo did, though.
Okay.
So if you keep moving, you're going to be getting the 20% speed buff. But if you sit still for more than 3 seconds, you're going to lose it. And the slow threshold indicates to me that if you get hit by something, pretty much any speed buff you have is going to go away.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's let me ask you this. Looking at this, well, let's go over the weapon and the special first too. So Dan, you want to do the weapon?
Sure. The GSU 7 Ripsaw Gatling gun. It's a depth charge weapon with concussive damage with a weight of 950. Projectile speed of 750, splash of 15, spread of 15. Has a 93 range. Does a damage of 18,000 with 3 salvos. 2-second reload time. Submerged damage of 18,000. And building and wall damage are at 900.
Let me scroll down for a minute so you can read the special abilities. Sorry, you caught me in the middle of taking a drag. My bad.
Yeah, and the special abilities, as long as the power increases power, as long as the weapon continues to fire, you'll get the wind up of 4 seconds and a decay of 6 seconds, and a damage from 8,000 to 18,000.
That's going to be okay. So the damage increases quite a bit.
Yeah, well, this is where I'm really I'm even confused on this.
Yeah,
it says the damage is 18,000, but then down here it says it starts at 8,000, then ramps up to 18,000.
Yeah, then it sucks. No,
Yeah.
I mean it's just more. It's just a little bit of suck. So right. I mean it doesn't. Yeah.
So it sounds to me like you got to get ramped up to get this whole 18,000 that's up here on the blueprint.
right. Well, it's kind of misleading with that the way it is.
That just hurts. That's hard for me to figure in then on damage.
Yeah, because it's all about how much time you're going to spend in combat, how much time you might spend out of combat.
Yeah.
And then the Hydra explosive casing. So, yeah, this is an easy one. It only gives you a plus 8% to your total weapon weight. It gives you a plus 125% to your crit damage for depth charges. And it gives you 25% to your crit chance. And it gives you plus 25% to splash. So, let me ask this. Are any of you guys going for this one? Or are you guys all going for the other one?
I think I'm going for the Bat Ray.
And so you're going for this one.
I do believe so.
Ross?
I claimed the other one already. It's just I have no secret knowledge of anything other than just looking at the picture, the stats like everybody else, and thinking the way it's described, maybe more my style.
Yeah, I know. I'm going through for the Razor Tail as well. What made you decide to go for the Bat Ray?
I think the more speed. I think the auras. I think it's just. I don't know. It's.
I think another thing that kind of tuned me away from the Bat Ray is the weapon itself. The fact that it has to be ramped up to do its maximum amount of damage. Like, I've never been a big fan of the wind-up weapons. I like stuff that just does a flat amount of damage that I know I can depend on, as opposed to have to worry about variables to how much damage it does. But that's just me.
Yeah, well, my decision hasn't been totally made up. I just haven't looked at them real close. I like the Bat Ray. I was like, but I like how the Razor Tail looks too, so I might go for that just for looks.
Right. Yeah, it does. It does look kind of spiffy. I just said spiffy. All right. Let's go over the Razor Tail real quick. Of course, it's Legion. 85,000 hit points. 250% explosive damage, or 62.5% concussive damage. I wonder which one you should put on this hull. I would think perhaps explosive, but what do I know? This one also has 1,000 ship deflection, 25% evade, and out of the gate you're coming out with 85% explosive, 90% concussive defenses. You got the combat speed of 30. This one turns a little bit slower at 30, and then it has the same map speed of 50. Just like the other one, it has 80 thermal range. Your base repair time, 3 hours. Yay. Your insert sarcasm here. I feel it necessary to always say that anymore, because some people might hear the word yay and think, oh, we did a good job. So, yeah, insert sarcasm here. Your weapon slots, you got 10. Armor slots, you got 4. Special slots, you got 6. And, you know, the cargo, yeah. So all that stuff is the same as the other one. Okay, so your special abilities, your duplicate Aura Kappa 1 that affects all the friendly fields. You get a combat speed of plus 40. You get a turn speed of plus 10. You get the slow threshold again of 1%, and then the max time is max stop sign is 5 seconds, and it takes 5 seconds then to recharge. So that's pretty much just like the other one. I think this.
Well, this one's blank, so this one's blank is faster.
Because of that aura, yes.
Right.
So yeah, that's that for that. And then the 5 stacking ones, of course, just like the other one.
Okay.
Hell, that was a lot of feedback. You get plus 36% to both your defenses and that stacks up to 5 times. And then this has the cavitator that will surface submarines that are in the range of it. It's a 75 range, and you can have it stack up to 5 times. And the more you have it stacked, the faster the subs are going to come up. And here again, my understanding from what they were talking about on their little BP live stream or whatever they're calling it, is that there are like Reaver subs, I think they said, that have cavitator resistance. So the more you have of this field in there, and I'm thinking it's going to be designed that you're going to have 5 to get them to pop up in a timely manner. What do you mean?
I tested this, and it takes 1.
You have not tested this against the new targets that are going to be coming out though, and where the Reavers have the cavitator resistance.
No, right.
Yeah, so I can pretty much guarantee you, knowing the way Kicks is, you're probably going to need all 5 to get them to pop up in a timely manner.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah, I've tested one just against a sub. I was the sub, actually. Someone else has one built in sector, and I wanted to see the effect, to see if it was in fact working. And
right.
And yeah, it killed me real quick, just right when it hit the ring. So, in my opinion, it was just right on the money. So, it was some blank phantom. So it wasn't anything special.
Yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how they work against the ones that have the cavitator negators on them or whatever, you know, because like I said,
right.
It's probably going to be able to take quite a bit to make those pop up. So I don't know. I think there again, I think it's a solid looking hull. I mean, it comes out of the gate with some pretty good resistances. You know, it comes out with a good explosive buff. I would have maybe liked to have seen a range buff on it, you know, but it is what it is. I would have liked to see a lower repair time on it, but there again, it is what it is. So Ross, you want to go over the rocket?
Yeah, I'm going with rocket, and myself is this what I'm going to go for. So it's Legion, also it's skirmish hull class, tier 7, and explosive damage type. It's pretty heavy at 805 tons. Projectile speed's 450. Splash is 17. Spread is 150. Range on it is only 68. Damage is 28,000 with a salvo of 6 and a reload time of 4. Now this has a wall damage of 2,100, and then that's all I can.
Yeah. And then building damage at 2100 too.
Right. Reload time is 4. So that's
Yeah.
good.
And so, something very interesting to note about this rocket, if you have, say you get enough points that you can get a ship, but you might not get enough points to get a weapon and a special, in my opinion, you definitely want to get the Razor Tail at that point, because this rocket is actually very comparable to the Twin Fire rocket as far as the amount of damage it puts out, the spread it has, the range it has. I think I think the Twin Fire does just a little bit less base damage. I think it comes in at like 25k and has a salvo of 5, I think. But I mean, this does a little bit higher projectile speed than what the Twin Fire does. But I think the two rockets are actually very comparable. So you could actually put the Twin Fire on this ship and probably perform almost as well. If you don't have enough points to go, straight through the line, and you just have enough points to get one hull or the other, I'd recommend going this route.
And that's actually going to affect quite a few players in the game. We're talking 60 million points. So is the mark where they get the hull, and then another 25 million, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk for a great portion of the players that play this game.
Yeah, I would agree. So, if 60 million is like your cap, and you're going to be able to get one hull or the other, but not the weapon and the specials, I'd go for the Razor Tail and use Twin Fires on it. That's what I would do. But then again, if you don't get this weapon, you won't be able to get this wonderful.
Get
this wonderful special that Dan is going to tell us about.
Yes, this Wave Dire Warheads. It's a skirmish hull and generalist. Tier 7 weapon, total weight of plus 8%, splash of 65%, explosive damage plus another 30%, with a sonar range of 60 on it.
Now, my first question is, isn't it interesting that you can put this on a generalist, but I certainly don't see any generalist hull in this raid for the next upcoming format. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Just saying. But, I mean, a good splash at 65%, nice explosive damage at 30%. But the fact that it gives you a sonar, of 60, that's nice. Ross, you got anything you want to say about this guy?
So this is limited. We're limited to 2 skirmish and generalist hull classes only.
Correct.
All right. The weight deal is good, for the splash. The generalist thing throws me off as well. But I don't, the sonar is strange to me too. So.
Well, the only thing I can figure is they maybe plan on putting out a different generalist in the future that doesn't have sonar. I don't know.
Yeah, it is confusing, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, and people might be like, "Oh, well, you're only thinking about the top level boats." Well, let's be honest. The only person who's going to be able to get this is the person who's getting the top level boats, because you got to get the boat and the weapon to unlock the special. So
the newest hull in the game, actually.
Yeah.
Right. No. So for sure, they have the latest tech. We'll see. I guess we'll see. It's coming.
Coming soon, trademark.
There we go. I like the graphics though on that one.
Yeah. I like when they do like the picture things as opposed to just like a regular looking blueprint looking thing. I like when you actually put a picture on your hull. I know that annoys some people, but I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And it seems the only ones we've had that for is like stuff that's like underwater-ish, right? Because we had
muddle missiles and
because the amphibious missile system I think had like the picture thing going, and now this has the picture thing going. So I don't know. I think it's kind of neat, but that's just me. We can move on to the turrets and turret specials and all that fun stuff. Ross, you want to do the Gargo depth charge?
Sure, we can go over the gargoyle. That's the tier 7 Forsaken, depth charge, and damage type is concussive. Projectile speed on this one is 150, so that's pretty low. Splash is 10, spread is 80, range is 105. Damage is high at 1.196 million. Salvo here is 10, reload time is 6. Submerged damage is actually the same. Concussive defense bypass is 100%. So this is, you know, it's not a, it's going to do some damage, but we're going to have to remember it's got a salvo of 10. So,
yeah, so that 1.196, then you got to divide that by 10, and then you got to divide by 2 for secret battery and all that stuff, and then so I honestly, but the bright side is we don't have any armors that add concussive damage or concussive deflection right now. So
right, and it's one of the tier 7 concussive class groups. So with the tier duplicate bonus cap of 8, so this is going to add to that total number of 8, making other turrets more effective than they currently are by themselves also. So they have additional benefits.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know that I myself am that worried about getting this one at this point. Honestly, I'll be totally honest with you. Anything PvP related, I'm not in any big rush to get anymore. Because until a refactor happens, I don't care. Because who knows what I'm going to end up with. So I myself, if I have extra points, I might pick up one, but I'm not going into things with the intent to grind to get these.
Yeah, I'm going to pick them up because I just don't know after that happens if something's great that I don't have, and then I can just see that. And that's how my game works. So,
but you got to look at it this way: you have really good odds that this will be in the next FM. So
no, and in all honesty, and I'm playing this one my way because it's the only way it's manageable for me is with the grease monkey. So I'm going to be limited to my time I'm willing to do the event because I have a limited number of those road crews, and that's just how this one's going to play out.
And then we got a special that goes with it. Dan.
Yes, the corrosive casing. With the weapon power consumed is 30%. Has a scattergun reload of 60%, the spread of -25, and a splash of +85%.
Oh, my bad. This actually doesn't go with this. This would probably go with the corrosive turrets that we got last month. My bad. I just looked at it real quick and thought it'd say.
Yeah. No, just scattergun reload.
So that's cool, I guess. It can go with the cryo adders that we got last month and all that fun stuff.
Right.
It actually looks decent, to me. It's a spread reducer, splash increaser. Those are I like those things,
Yeah.
See, I myself, I'm not a big fan of spread decreaser just because of how fast base hitter go nowadays. The tighter you get it in, it's going to fire at that spot, and you're more than likely to have it sail by all your shots. Is where if you're spread out a little bit more, at least a couple pellets will hit it. But I mean, that's all about personal taste and exactly where you have it set up in your base and all that shit. So
right,
yeah. But that's where the splash comes in. You got a big splash, it won't matter. They're still going to get hit.
Yeah. All right, then we got the concussive detonator. That's the one that goes with new concussive stuff. And all that'll give you, you'll get a -15% spread on that, a splash of +75%, and concussive damage of +65%. And again, this is weapon power consumed of 30%. I mean, these seem real similar to some of the other upgrades we've had of these same variants before.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like there's anything like, ooh, ah, it's just a little bit better versions of stuff that we've had very similar before.
Okay, so the concussive damage +85. Is that correct? Or
65.
65. I'm sorry.
Oh, 65. My fault.
Okay, because I was gonna think maybe 85 might put some of the turrets into some damaging range, but I don't really think 65 does it.
Yeah, my bad eyes, and it's on my smaller monitor that's way up there, and I couldn't.
No, but I'm the same. I couldn't see it. So very good. I like the specials, however. I mean, I'm not knocking. I didn't mean to be knocking them, but I think they're decent.
They'll come close.
It's another one of those cool pictures that I like too. Yeah, it seems like all the concussives that are underwater stuff is the ones that has the picture. Huh. Just saying. All right, who wants to do the Axiom chain gun turret? Don't all step up at once now.
Well, I can. Here, it's a depth charge weapon. Power consumed is 14,000, tier 7. It's concussive type also. Projectile speed on this one is 1,000, so it's fast. Splash is 15. Spread is 10, so it's not very widespread either. You know, just the regular, like the old Axiom, I believe. The range on it is 110 to 287, so it has a dead zoning up close. The damage is 71,820 with a salvo of 5. Reload time is 20. Okay, that's the first time I'm seeing that, so that was a little slow for me firing. Submerged damage is exactly the same as the other. Concussive defense bypasses 100%. Now this has a wind up also, and it has a bonus reload at 49,000. 4,900%. Sorry, 4,900%, which is quite a bit. Reload DK time.
Now you know why it has a reload to 20 up here, because the lineup is plus 4,900% down here.
Right. Okay. So reload DK time is 4 seconds. Maximum reload stacks is 490. That's quite a few. Bonus group tier 7 concussive weapon also, so it's going to have the duplicate aura cap is the same as the gargoyle, and it each will add the 25%.
So I think this one has definite potential to be one of the more interesting turrets out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the windup is pretty interesting to me. That's kind of a heck of a windup. The bonus reload, in my opinion, it might be a cool effect.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people still have Hallies in their base because, it does the minimum damage every 0.5 seconds or whatever. Well, guess what? This guy will probably do the minimum damage probably like almost every 0.2 seconds. And with so little concussive deflections being out there right now, he might actually do more than minimum damage. So I find him to be definitely one of the more interesting turrets out of the whole batch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We like range.
Well, it's what it is it's going to be one of the, fires in a spot weapon, though. Once it starts, it's going to fire in that exact spot, and it's not going to track you. So if you move out of that exact first fire location, you should be clear. It's got a splash of 15, so you're not going to have to get out of too far of a range, in my opinion.
No.
Stay moving.
It'll be interesting. And here is the turret that I have no idea about this turret. UAVs historically have always been so hit or miss that it's hard to ever judge until you actually see them in practice, in my opinion. I've never spent a whole lot of time like breaking down and studying UAVs, to be totally honest about it. But they always seem really hit or miss. Sorry, I just put a mouthful of popcorn in. My bad. So, Dan, you can go ahead and explain this turret.
All right, the UAV turret, something that we've never really had before. It's a concussive type weapon. It has a swarm cap of 2 seconds, chaining range of 160. Yeah, that's a long chaining range. Chain count of 5. Projectile speed of 225. Anti-mortar evasion of 50%. And has a range of 191. Damage of 105,190. 6 salvos. Reload time of 8. It does explosive damage of 52,595 as concussive bypass and explosive defense bypass of 100% with flak evasion of 50% also. And what's the special abilities?
Give me 1 second, and we will see.
The swarm duration of 10 with a UAV load of 1. Also the tier 7 concussive group with 8 bonus cap aura and damage 25% each.
RB says this is a war commander turret. Somehow found his way into Battle Pirates. Okay, so here's a question. With it having chaining range of 160, what do you think the odds are that it will be able to chain from a tank out to the sloths?
It could be pretty good.
Will it damage you?
Well, it does 105,000 damage.
Yeah.
It does 52,000 explosive damage.
And you got to figure for the whole time they're swarming, they're going to be doing minimum damages.
Yep. No. Okay. And how many are going to be in the air?
Looks like 6.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be. That seems like a long chaining range. I'm interested to see. You know.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. If these can chain from the tank out to the sloths, boy, if base hit one dead before.
Yeah, exactly.
I got them already. I'm gonna have to try one out. But they don't have any. You don't have any tokens for them, I don't think. Well,
No.
we'll get to that some more.
Yeah, but I don't like. I'll like I said, this. I really can't tell you how effective this turret's going to be.
But it could be cool. But it could be cool. You know what I mean?
It could be extremely cool, but just UAVs have always been so hit or miss, man. You know.
Yeah, and it does look like it can be countered, so it's not something that's just a total wipeout. You know, so.
Yeah, but it's nice to see it does have 50% flak evasion on it though. So
and something about but it had flak evasion and mortar bypass, anti-mortar bypass.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't understand.
Anti-mortar evasion.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's the same thing. It has flak evasion and anti-mortar evasion, apparently.
All right.
Interesting turret. Very interesting turret. It could be just fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting little thing. So this time for the event objective, instead of something that benefited the entire community, that, you know, if each player got 100,000 points, everybody got a 1 build day token, they're back to pimp out your wallet, show us what you got, and the top 20 players of the event will get a special skin for both the Bat Ray and the Razor Tail.
Yep, not happening.
I mean, I really liked the whole thing last event. You know, where it was something that benefited the whole community worked towards a goal, and then the whole community got a benefit of that goal. And now it just seems like we're back to the whoever spends the most gets something cool. You know,
Yeah, who's got the bigger wallet? Let's go.
Well, in my opinion, at least they get something because they were already out there.
Well, they already got something though. Let's be honest. Most of them do it just to see their name in lights at the top of the leaderboard, so they're already getting what they wanted out of it. You don't need to give them anything extra to incentivize them. That's just my personal opinion. And also, never fear. Whichever hull that you choose, even though it locks out the other one for the rest of this raid, don't fear, because there will be a TLC coming up this coming month where you'll be able to get the other one.
That is correct.
All right, let's just talk about the prizes just a little bit. Of course, both new hulls come in 60 million, both new weapons come in 25 million, and both new specials come in at 15 million. What's cool in the store contents, you know, you got all your turrets there that are 15 million a pop, and your turret specials are 8 million a pop. The UAV turret you can claim for, the gargoyle you can claim for, and the axiom you can claim for. You got a bunch of other different stuff in there besides both of them, the witch doctors, impact cruisers, all your PvP hulls except for the brand newest one, basically. Some of the older turret specials, which ironically enough are just as much, if not more, than the current ones. That's kind of interesting, huh? Yeah, bunches of older turrets and whatnot, a bunch of older weapons. I mean, there's like literally, as you can see, as I keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, there's a whole lot of stuff in this store. I'm not going to go through all of it because
yes,
that would be a waste of your time and mine.
Yes, there's a lot of prizes and a lot of prizes that people can get that can help them through the game if they don't get the top prizes.
Well, no, they can't unlock the store though, right?
To the best of my knowledge, you don't have to do anything to unlock the store. It's automatically there.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I didn't know this.
It's just the prizes are locked behind each other.
Yeah, it's just the top 3 prizes are locked behind each other.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
Oh, and look, you can get a whole bunch of different skins for 20 million points apiece. So while you're doing your wallet wars, chasing the special skins for the Bat Ray and the Razor Tail, you can pick up all these skins on your quest for that as well.
You know, I'm a fan of skins, but they have their purpose in my game. Old Man Eyes make it really easy to separate ships in my own dock on which is which by which has a skin and which doesn't by my own build taste. But at 20 million, that's just a little bit out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. I think back to when they did that one skin, the blue and yellow skin for the Harlock Atlas carrier, that first skin they ever did for 20 million points, and I think of how few people got that.
Right. I mean, I'm a skin person. I have the skins and I do the skins, but 20 million, you know, I just probably won't. I'm not going to have the old extra 20 million at the end of this one to pick up the skin. So
you can get your premium resources for a wonderful price and raid points. Insert sarcasm here. You know, it's funny because when I the first time I saw this list, I looked over it super freaking fast. And I thought initially that the first thing that we saw there was payouts. And I was like, oh my God, I can get 3,800,000 base parts? And then I was like, no, dumbass. It's like, that's how many raid points it's cost.
Yeah.
Then you get down to tokens, lots of tokens. You got Manicore tokens, Dragon tokens, Icebreaker tokens, Phoenix tokens, Skyfire tokens, Kitchen Sink tokens. Yeah, there's pretty much tokens for pretty much every freaking ship that's out there and currently relevant, really. Except for Proto-Ties and Proto-Centurions. Go figure. No tokens for either one of those.
Don't make no sense why they don't got the Proto-Centurions in there.
I don't know. They just don't want us to build them, apparently.
Apparently. I still got mine built.
I'll say congratulations. You succeeded. I'm not building them, so.
But by the time I get mine fully built, they'll have that changed.
Right. Well, of course, as always, you can get your shards for your Hellstar, your Ghost Crawler, your Manowars, your Proto Enemies, and your Cadies.
You know, it would be all right to get the shards for those if they were worth a damn anymore. I mean, there's only one ship worth a damn out of that whole bunch.
Yeah, but that one ship's doing really, really well in this event. By the way, for all those KD's owners, get that sucker out there on the water. The 80 sets, it's doing fabulous.
Yeah.
The owners I know are able to instant repair on the map and each target, but that's really that's nice.
Yeah.
And well deserved for the long build time and ranking time for those owners. In my opinion, I'm not one.
I have one, haven't been able to build it. You know, I got all the other ships built except for one other one also, and they're not worth a damn. And the ones that should be worth a damn in this raid aren't worth it.
I just refreshed to see if there's anything interesting at the bottom of this, and look here. Right here it says, want a sneak peek of October targets and how the Bat Ray and Razortail stack up? Read this post. So let's go to this post. See what it says. Breaking news here, kids. Actually, I don't know how long it's been there. No, that's just talking about the skirmish cycle stuff, which I actually have in a whole separate tab anyway. So
yeah,
I thought they were going to say, hey, we're having a public preview or something like that.
Right. Check out these ships.
Silly me. But Shane over in chat is saying they added the Buccaneers boon to the raid list for the ship prizes. So that's actually really awesome since, so many people were just able to recently, even again, get that during the last co-op that we had last month, but they didn't have the flagship for it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, because the flagship makes such a difference in that fleet, because without the flagship, they're a great big pile of poop. But you put that flagship in there, and they're pretty awesome.
Right, you actually just made somebody's raid a good raid by adding just that hull.
Yeah, because now that person can get that hull to go with the ships that they just won last week, and now they can go out and start autoing base parts.
Huge jump in the game then. Huge.
Yes, I mean I use my bucks to do the expedition.
Now I use my bucks to go out and auto the 98 base parts targets.
Right.
And I can do a whole lot of them before I have to bring them in and repair for the night.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could do, the same with my Hydras. I take a minute less damage with the Hydras on the same target than I do with the bucks.
Yeah, so there is a whole post on the upcoming skirmish thing on the forums if you guys want to take the time to go read that. I was going to maybe highlight it, but looking at the time we're almost at that time already. But yeah, there's going to be battleships, hunters, proto-nemesises, interdictors, and reapers, and they all do different things. The proto-nemes are the kind of the hard ones. They shoot out all their regular missiles and put down cryo fields. And cryo fields, as we all know, whenever you hit them or they hit you, you are immediately slowed by them.
Okay.
These interdictors, I guess, are the ones that are going to be firing out these smart torpedoes that they were talking about. That the Bat Rays have the built-in EMC field to deal with. And I guess if you're running, Razor Tails, you're fucked. I guess. I don't know. It almost seems like the more I hear about these targets, and the more it's like, well, this boat does this thing, and this boat does this thing. And it depends on what target you hit, what boat you want to take. I'm like, my God, aren't we just back to like Phoenixes and Skyfires at this point?
Yes, we are.
That's what we're specifically trying to get away from. I'm like, if you're going to have two different targets, basically, how on earth are you going to run TLCs? That's the big problem we had before. And like, no, this is different than what we did before.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but I'm not seeing the differences yet.
Yeah, they're saying both could do the targets. You're just going to take more damage than the other target.
Yeah, which was the same for the Phoenixes and Skyfires. Oh, your Skyfire can do this target for like 10 minutes damage, or you can do it with your Phoenixes and almost die. But hey, it did it.
Yep. Yeah. I say it's still, we got to build two two fleets. We still
Oh,
have to.
and this is we haven't seen the targets yet. And this is conjecture on my part, but it's the more I hear about it, the more it's becoming informed conjecture on my part. I will say that.
Exactly.
But this stuff's all a month out, so we can maybe have time to talk to them and try to change their minds on some particular aspects of things. But
well, just watching their live show, they're basically saying, one's going to take more damage there. So if you want to build two fleets and have one and both do minimum damage in both, you need both fleets.
Right, but like I said, we won't know for sure until we see stuff. Yeah,
that's just coming from what they said.
Right. But we're digressing. We're spiraling down that drain hole of negativity, and we're trying not to do that. So
yeah, I was trying, but yeah.
See, that's the same thing. Oh yeah, the last thing, Battle Pirates has now started a Discord. It's basically like, I don't know who is familiar with Discord or whatever, but you can basically go there and it's kind of almost like a version of the forums, but it's more of a live interactive version of the forums. It's almost like the whole separate chat rooms where like they have general discussion and bug reports and you can
lots. They have lots
about the yeah, they have all kinds of different categories. But yeah, it's sort of like the forums, only a little bit more real time than the forums. So it's kind of neat. You can go check it out. If you go to this post on the forums, they have the link there.
I gotta really props up for this one. I have personal issues just downloading the desktop app, but I've got the Discord to load and work, and so I've gotten to see everything but the voice communication type on that interaction. But I've been able to see all the discussions and the board and all that, and I think that live interaction was much needed and is great for the players' resources. All those people that complain, actually, the ones that have factual bases and can show errors and game things, situations that are going on, can now have another venue to have those actually immediately looked at by not just one, but pretty kind of putting it out there in an open public forum. So for those people that if you're able to capture game errors in video or what, and if you can download or load them to this, it's a public forum. It's a great opportunity to get these issues solved, in my opinion.
Well, and I'll be honest, from my own perspective and from a lot of the perspective, I'm sure from a lot of people who have a little bit more access to kicks than what your normal everyday Joe does, it lessens our load because now you guys don't have to rely on giving bugs to us and then us passing it to Kicks and then hoping Kicks sees it. You can just relay these bugs to them your own self on the Discord bug chat thing. And so, yeah, even from my perspective, it's a great thing because it lessens my load a little bit.
Right. Oh, yeah. As long as we do, I just don't
use it responsibly.
Yeah, I don't want to see it forumed out. I don't want it forum trolled out. In all honesty, as a community, we're the ones that are going to be responsible for the making it or breaking this one because it appears like it's set up in a very nice functional.
Yeah, they will kick people out of it too. They do that. They will kick you out if you start trolling. And they give you a warning, but they will kick you out if you if you're doing things wrong in it.
So I guess what we're saying is Bort won't be long for Discord is what we're saying.
I mean, it's set up. It's got the same rules as the chat, basically, as the forums.
Yeah, and I mean, all your favorite mods are there. Templar's there, Laredo's there, Vengeful One's there. But there's also a lot of Kicks employees that are there. Like I've seen Ron Thinker there, of course, CM Chris is there.
Chris has been there. Yep, all of them.
You got some. There's even people there from customer service, from troubleshooting, from product. There's people there from kind of all aspects of the game. So, You know, you'll actually have like a little bit more potential for a little bit more interaction with the company than what you do on the regular forums.
Right. What we're saying is use it wisely.
Yeah, yeah. For the love of God, they're actually trying to do something nice for once. This is something I would actually put in the category of players first. Don't fuck it up. Don't go on there and be a douchebag and fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah,
Right.
this one here is players first, in my opinion. This is when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, well, this is gonna be interesting. And then I got actually linked on it, and I thought, well, the access that every player has, not the special chosen people that know somebody who knows somebody or knows somebody, right? I'm talking about you don't even have to spend $50. You can get this Discord. You can go to this and you can be heard, and your voice is known. It's great.
But like I said, don't be a douchebag because you'll be heard, but you'll only be heard that one time because then you'll be gone. So,
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I'd like to see great reporting, so that we can help to fix the game.
And something interesting, if you're banned from the forums, you're not banned from Discord. So this is your chance to redeem yourself. But be aware, if you go on there and act like you were when you got banned from the forums, you're just going to get banned from there too. So
That is correct.
So, but yeah, I think it's a great tool, and I think it's probably one of the best things I've seen happen recently. This definitely, to me, does fall in the category of players first. So,
oh, yes. Yes.
Good job on this, guys. Thumbs up.
Yes, I have it on my phone, so I look at it a lot.
But, all right, we're at that 8:07 mark, and I got ready to get back to, and I got to go get cigarettes. So, yeah, we're calling it here. I'm not going to stick around and chew the fat for my normal hour after the show is actually over because I need cigarettes, and that's not good.
Well, thanks for everybody that came out, though, and chat. Yeah, appreciate it, you know.
Yes, great seeing everybody there.
Yeah, definitely. Chat always you make it more fun, and we at least know people are watching us and care about what we have to say about, as opposed to sitting here rambling on for an hour. It's like, damn, dude, I wonder if anybody's ever going to watch this. So yeah, good stuff. And as always, tell people about the page, add your friends to the page, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'm sure we will be around on Saturday for a mid-raid report. Tell you what we're thinking and what's going on and any news that might have cropped up since then. But anyway, we'll talk to you next time. Later, guys.
Good night, all.
Good night.